Well, this is an interesting time to be alive when we live in our houses with our families, but we don't get too much time to see people around us who would normally be part of our social or work environment. But do we not have the time? I think it's a wonderful thing that we have technology, things like Zoom and Skype and FaceTime, and all of these platforms where we can really engage. So there's no excuse not to still be as social as you want to be. Leah C4 is joining me now to have a bit of a chat about what lockdown really means from a social perspective. Leah, thank you for joining me once more. Now, let's have a bit of a chat around this. Socializing, this idea of being in lockdown and being shut off from the world, I think in this day and age is certainly not the case. What are you finding with people in terms of helping them to just realize how much social activity can still continue in this time?
Absolutely, I think it's that. There's a lot that can continue, and people are using this constant phrase of I've lost my freedom, we don't have freedom, I'm trapped, I'm locked down. And I think we really have to reframe those words. We have to reframe how we are speaking about this, because nothing about this lockdown is stopping you from going to the shops to get your food. None of this lockdown is stopping you from being able to interact with your friends and family. What it is doing is having to bring you into a far more conscious, intentional place when it comes to connecting with the people in your life. Now, it's easy to just bump into people when you're doing school drop-offs, or it's easy to just have a casual chat at work because the people are there. Lockdown now gives you the space to really look at what relationships you really do want to invest in, and how much effort are you putting into checking in with your friends, setting up Skype sessions. We did a dinner party the other night. There were 4 different families, and we had a Zoom dinner party together, which was fantastic. Yeah. It was very consciously thought out. And you know what I'm loving is that in our normal day-to-day life, it's impossible to try and make social arrangements with people. People don't have the time. People can't commit to their diaries. You can try for 3 months to have a get together with your friends, and it doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. Whereas this lockdown is beautiful because people are completely available, and I'm finding people are connecting actually far more with their friends and their family because they're having to consciously do the phone calls, do the meetings, do the Skype and do the Zoom sessions. So I think it's actually brought people closer together in their relationships than separated them.
Very much so. And I think what's fascinating is that these are things that can go on in time. As we get out of this lockdown situation, we don't need to stop doing these sort of things. As you mentioned, having a dinner party, you can have it can be a normal Wednesday night dinner. If you throw a computer up and you bring a family from across the ocean who you maybe don't spend that much time communicating with, you can have dinner with them without even making it any more effort than it would be on a normal day.
Yeah. Absolutely. And of course, I know that the physical contact isn't there, but that is one aspect of how we communicate with each other. And having a Skype meeting, now you really actually have to be present. You can't be on your phone. You can't be distracted by what's going on in the restaurant. You can't be wondering elsewhere. You have to be present. And it's forcing people to have to be present in a very new way in their relationships. So I want you to think of, not that you've lost all this stuff, but that you're in a new space that allows you to find new things and a new way of connecting that didn't exist before.
I think that's something also that a lot of people are going to come out of this experience with, is the fact that if you just think differently, things can happen on a completely different level. And it's almost as if a situation like this, one of the biggest positives that comes out of it is that suddenly we've broken the normality of life, and we've really thrown everything up in the air and had to find ways of doing things which make it so much easier. And it just opens up the world of possibility, which is hugely exciting.
I agree with you. I think this is an incredibly exciting time. And like I said, people just need to reframe how they are speaking about this experience. Mm-hmm. It's exciting. It's transformative. New ways are being discovered. It can be really fantastic. So don't let it all be fearful and negative.
Absolutely. Leah, thank you so much. Always great to chat to you about these things. You just have such great insights, which are wonderful to hear. And to you guys at home, there you go. There's no excuse not to get in touch with people who maybe you haven't spoken to for ages, because the excuse has always been time and distance. Now there is no such thing. So go out there and reconnect with those people who mean the world to you.